reading and heard that you do a lot of work with junior golf.
I do, yeah. Yeah, so I grew up playing, it was called the Vince Gill Junior Golf Tour here in Tennessee. We have a great junior golf program here in Tennessee. And so I grew up playing on this tour when I was a kid. And I never really played any national events. I played a bunch of local state stuff. And so it was a great place for me to learn how to play golf. I got to meet a bunch of great friends that way. It was really accessible, easy for us to travel. I didn't have to travel very far to play these great golf courses against great fields and kind of get prepared for college golf. And, when I turned pro and had some success, the tour kind of had gone through a lull a little bit where they were struggling. And I was like, it's a perfect opportunity for me to give back. This tour is a huge part of who I was as a golfer and a huge part of it made me who I am. So right after I won the FedEx Cup in 2012, we kind of seemed like a perfect opportunity to do it. And so starting in 2014, I think it was our first year, we started, it's called the Sneds Tour now. And
oh, wow.
And so we took over the sponsorship of it. It was struggling financially, and so we were able to kind of right the ship and find some sponsors and cover the cost of what was going on. And our biggest thing when we took it over was, listen, I want it to be a first class run tournament or tour, and B, I want to make sure that these kids are not paying as minimal, as much money, as little money as possible to play. Like, we don't care. I don't care about making money. I don't care if we lose money for a year, but these kids are not going to incur the costs. I want them to have access to it and be as cheap as possible. And so luckily, since we've started, this is going on our 7th or 8th year. I can't exactly remember. The cost of entry and everything's gone down in the 7 years we've done it. So we've been able to raise enough money to be able to kind of start offsetting the costs. I mean, when I started, we had 400 kids on the tour. We had about 60 tournaments that played, 60, 75, somewhere in there. Now we have 2,200 kids playing this year.
No way.
And we got over 200 tournaments.
That's
wow.
So kids in Tennessee.
Wow.
So it's crazy. My son plays on it. He's 9. But we've expanded from 4 years old all the way up to 18, from beginners to elite players. It doesn't matter. We just want people playing golf. I don't care if you've never played before. If you come do like a one-day little clinic, and then all of a sudden you can go play a tournament, your dad can caddy 6 holes for you, and if you hit 12, pick it up and go to the next hole, and just get the experience of playing golf with playing in a tournament and having fun and just getting out there. And it's been great for me to see my son grow up through it, but more importantly, I love going out there. We played a father-son tournament last weekend, and seeing the kids and their dads or the kids and their moms playing together was so cool. Seeing how excited they got and doing high fives, and having the kids tell the parents how bad they were at golf was awesome. Like role reversal. Having kids "Oh, cannot believe you hit that shot, Dad!" And it was fun. It was so much fun to see that, and that's what I do. I love seeing these kids have a chance to play golf. It's been so good. Game's been so good to me, and has blessed me in so many different ways. I don't care if these kids never play professional golf or really never, they've been exposed to it at a young age. It's a great life lesson to be able to play golf, because there's so many good things that can come from it, and have the access to it is the most important thing. So we've done a ton with it. I love it. It's a huge passion of mine.
Nice.
And, luckily with the Tennessee Golf Foundation, who kind of runs it for us and leads the charge, is a fantastic organization. They do a ton of good work here in Tennessee. And Whit Turnbow is the guy that kind of runs it, is the president of it, and a guy named Rob Cherry runs our Sneds Tour, does a phenomenal job. And these guys work their tail off. I can imagine the amount of logistics stuff they have to do with 200 events and interns running these events and making sure they have enough everything going into it. It's just crazy. So we're lucky, very lucky to have them running it. But I love it. It's a big passion of mine, and I love seeing kids out there playing golf. It's fun to see the next generation out there playing at a young age.
Yeah, congrats on that. I mean, that's so many lives affected by that. It's so positive and amazing.
Yeah, it's just like, I've been fortunate. I grew up playing on them. Try to make it better. Just try to do something, leave something where these kids have access to something that maybe we didn't have as much of. And hopefully those kids go on to either play professional golf if they want to, or college golf, or if they don't and they goes into business, at least they learn some great life lessons along the way of how to keep a score, of how to deal with failure, of how to deal with success, of how to, learn how to be in a group and shake a kid's hand and say, "Hello, this is my name," and keep your score and do it honestly. And right at the end, like these, call penalty on yourself every once in a while, that kind of stuff. So it's great for kids to learn that at a young age.
Yeah, that's actually it sparked me thinking. I wanted to ask you, what was the greatest lesson you learned from the game of golf that you applied to your life? Yeah,
a couple things. I think game golf's great because it exposes you to. I can learn more about somebody around a golf than I can ever spend in a board meeting with them or talking on the phone with them. In 4 hours. I've been fortunate to play with a lot of very successful people. I can tell if these are good people or if they have if we jive, if we're going to be okay, or if this guy's, man, I don't want to have anything to do with this guy. This is a bad guy, I don't want to be around him, It's amazing how a golf course can do that, And so I think these life lessons I've learned is, in a golf course, you learn how to treat people, you learn how to interact with caddies, you learn how to interact with other people, you learn how to have a conversation, back and forth, and it's getting lost in this world as we go forward. I feel like everything's going over text now or social media or whatever it may be, where it's like you need to have an interpersonal conversation with somebody. Like read facial cues, read eye cues. Like, maybe I should stop talking now, or maybe I should, like, this is lull and I need to start talking or something. And you kind of read somebody that way and get to understand somebody's true personality. And I feel like game of golf is a great vehicle to do that, and it's served me very, very well. I mean, it's my best friends in life through the game of golf, and I feel like that's something that the game of golf is very good about. I feel like you can learn a lot about somebody in a really short period of time. That's why it's been a favorite of every businessman I've ever been around. So I love playing golf with people who are getting ready to interview for a job or start doing a merger and acquisition. They play golf with them, so I can kind of figure out what I need to know in 4 hours versus, you only get a cherry picked, in a board meeting, you might only get 30 minutes with them, and try to pick through somebody. It's a lot more accessible in a 4 hour round of golf. So that's why I love it. And I think you learn a lot about people, about the individuals they are, and it teaches a lot of great values.
Yeah. I hope you don't see my golf swing and decide you don't want to hang out with me.
No, it's funny about it. I tell people all the time, no matter what, I play in pro-ams every Wednesday, right? So I've played 1,000 over my career. Like, no matter what you do, you're never going to impress me. I've seen Tiger Woods at his best, so I don't care how good you think you are, I've seen better, And no matter what you do, I'll guarantee you I've seen worse. So as long as you have a good time and enjoy golf, I don't care how good or bad you are or how good or bad you think you are, I guarantee you I've seen better and worse. So it'll be okay.
All right. Challenge accepted.
Thanks for tuning in to Studio 22.